We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from the GME studio, it's Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Are you an entrepreneur who has felt like you were all alone on your business adventure? Well, you're in the right place.
You know, being an entrepreneur can be lonely and challenging at times, looking for people to bounce ideas off of and get feedback.
Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs,
the show designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs just like you.
Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the Roving Reporters and, of course, Kim and Carrie.
As we like to say around here, buckle up, Buttercup.
Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to show number 72. Hard to believe, but we are excited you are here with us. I'm here with the amazing Adam Rothenberg. If you have not, can't remember which way to go, I cannot tell you how excited I am that he is hosting the show with me today. He is the famous interview king, media personality, and the founder, creator, all the things of the Call Me Adam entertainment platform. If you don't know Adam, you better hold on because he's going to wow you today. Adam, we have a surprise for you as well that I can't wait to wow you, where we can, like, all of us can see your face. So just going to say that, leave that right there for a second. And let me just say, if you're new to the show, I am Kim White. I am the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team and community and the instigator in this, this arena. So welcome to the show. And Adam, thank you for co-hosting with me today.
You're very welcome, Kim. I am so excited to be here this morning. Your intro actually made me think of a parody song that I like to sing called Instigator. Instigator, instigator, you were such an instigator.
It's true. It's true.
It is true. It is true. But we are very excited for today's show. And I am so excited to have you, the viewer, watching today with us.
I'm excited too, Adam.
I think it's time, Kim, because we have so much to cover today that we go right into Entrepreneur Land.
Entrepreneur Land is one of my favorite places to visit. I will just say this. I live in Entrepreneur Land, I feel like. And today's theme in the show is pivoting when necessary. On this adventure of ours, this entrepreneurial wild adventure, there are times we need to pivot. There are times that it's necessary to pivot. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that all through the show today.
I actually have an example of a time that I had to pivot. I actually have two instances. I will just share one right now. The one that comes to mind when we talk about this is my podcast, because it started out with the idea that it was going to be a live monthly show here in New York City. And I did it 1 month, but after that first month, things didn't go the way that I planned, except that I felt the concept and the title of the show still really meant something to me. I needed to figure out another way to do it. And it took me a few times to do that, but I was lucky enough to able to pivot it and create what is my podcast from that monthly show. I always feel like that is my pivot story.
I love that pivot story, Adam, and I'm going to throw some numbers out. If you're watching the show, I hope you're going to get inspired and motivated by all these amazing humans that we're connected to. But Adam's had it, and I believe I am right, almost 50,000 downloads for his podcast to date. And that's a pretty impressive thing when he wasn't even sure about starting it in the beginning and like all the things all of us podcasters go through. Should we do this? Should we not? There's just so many variables. But Adam, you are a true success story with your pivot and with your download numbers. Just saying.
Thank you. I think it's time we continue to talk about numbers and go into one of my favorite segments on the show, which is the GME Chronicles.
Thank you, Kim and Carrie. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GME Chronicles. My name is Jill Olish, and we have some exciting updates for you today on August 2nd, 2024. The GME Chronicles is a celebration of moving the needle in our businesses, and we want to share these numbers out loud to show what is possible after doing something for the first time. The total of 15 events last week included Kat's Pilates classes, the Mama Outspoken Village Gathering with myself, and My Sexy Business hosted the TNT Website Workshop, Website Royalty Workshop, and 6 Mastermind sessions. Yvonne and Kat went live with the new Salty Sisters live stream. Adam posted 3 new interviews, and My Sexy Business posted a new blog and was live with show number 71 of GME. 4 new podcast episodes dropped last week. Go give them a listen. We had Mucked Up My Self-Care, Late Bloomer Living, Sisters in Service, and 5 and 15 interview leadership series. On Clubhouse, Adam and Denise hosted the My Sexy Business Not Creepy Room on Wednesday. Last week's number of 25 brings our grand total to 5,519 amazing things done collectively as a community. We look forward to more updates next week, and if you are ready to join in on the fun around here, coming up, you can find us at the Age Agitators Club and Together We Rise networking event with Yvonne, as well as the Groundwork Brigade open house on August 7th and 8th. Back to you in the GME studio.
Every week, it amazes me, the numbers. So let's cheers to the numbers, Adam. I'm telling you, it's pretty amazing. Speaking of podcasts and numbers and setting records and things, I am going to say Sisters in Service podcast. Thank you, Kat Corchado, for sending me a beautiful mug from the podcast and setting a new record. She set a new record as well for a number of downloads in a day. So I want to say out loud, Kat's rocking the podcast world too, Adam.
That is why Kat is freaking fabulous, and so is her podcast.
Exactly. So thank you all for letting us celebrate with you all of these numbers, because these numbers are from the community. It's not one of us, it's collective, but it's happened in the last couple of years, Adam. It's not been over 50 years. It's been just a couple of years since all these numbers have come about, and I'm just so proud of everyone.
I also just want to remind everybody that we all started at 0. We all had that first episode to put out there.
Absolutely.
We didn't all start with 5,000 things together. We all started with one thing together, and as you just said, Kim, over the years it has accumulated to that number.
Just powerful, in my opinion. So I'm going to just put this little tidbit in there because someone that's co-hosting with me, not naming any names, Adam Rothenberg, but he does not know what is coming. We have done a little something to celebrate him. So we have changed the show order today in celebration of something Adam has accomplished. And we want to start with his segment. And I want to frame it just a little bit before we go with the segment. Adam is someone who grew up loving entertainment, Broadway, music, all of the things that a lot of us loved when we were little. But Adam has taken it and made a lifetime career out of interviewing all of these celebrities and the who's who, I'm going to call them. And a lot of people will ask, how does that fit into entrepreneurship? Well, the truth is, not only is Adam an entrepreneur, but a lot of the people that he's interviewed are, because they have to be entrepreneurial to survive in those fields. So we love this segment. We're putting it right out front this week so we can celebrate some things with Adam. So let's go over to Entrepreneurs in Entertainment. Adam Rothenberg is the interview king, media personality, creator of the Call Me Adam entertainment platform, published author, podcast host, red carpet correspondent, associate producer, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. It's Adam, and I'm back in the closet for yet another edition of Behind the Curtain. And today, I want to talk about the shakiest interview I have done to date. Well, a few years ago, I got to interview Gloria Rubin, who you know from NBC's ER and as one of the backup singers with Tina Turner on her 24/7 tour, which I got to see. Now, I was so excited to get to interview Gloria. However, I call it my shakiest interview because this goes back to a previous behind the curtain story I told recently about a press event I went to where my camera stopped working and I had to move to my smartphone. Well, fortunately for me, I had also brought my selfie stick with me. And because my camera wasn't working, I had to quickly put something together to interview Gloria. And I used my selfie stick, my smartphone, and we ended up having an amazing interview, getting to talk about her upcoming show at 54 Below and working with Tina Turner. And the reason I call it my shakiest interview is because I was holding my selfie stick, trying to balance the camera, trying to talk to Gloria, trying to make sure the video was still recording, and also keep eye contact with my audience watching. So it turns out to be a really wonderful interview, and it didn't matter that my hand was shaking a little bit. So that is today's Behind the Curtain story. It's back to you in the GME studio.
Oh, Adam, I'm giggling because what an amazing thing that we didn't even catch when we put the show together. That is pivoting when necessary. You were pivoting, and it was definitely necessary. So did you bring us a picture for today?
I most certainly did bring a picture today. This is the picture I took. You can tell it's also, the picture itself is a little blurry, but this is Gloria and I at 54 Below. I still remember the day and how kind she was and how invested she was in the interview. One of the things I absolutely loved about her was the fact that she was so understanding of what happened, because I think I explained why I was filming it on my selfie stick and on my phone, not on my camera. And she was just very understanding, went along with it. It was a really fun interview.
I love all your stories that you bring to the table, Adam. This is just another one. However, I want to give a little shout out to a milestone that might have happened in the last month that we've been waiting to celebrate for today. And that is something that happened that most everyone doesn't know, unless you've already signed up to Call Me Adam Digest, which is Adam's weekly newsletter that comes out with all the information in it. You won't know this, so I'm excited that they're going to get to hear this today, Adam. So we're going to play a little short video and surprise you too, Adam.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. So, for the record, the milestone that Adam hit, let me be very clear about it. He has far surpassed 1 million visitors to his website. And this happened like earlier this month. Adam, I am so proud of you because we know how much hard work you put into this, how much you have diligently and faithfully followed the Findability Queen's instructions. You have been faithful to listen to feedback, and look at you go, Adam Rothenberg. If y'all haven't seen callmeadam.com, go and check out callmeadam.com, because you'll get to be one of the over 1 million people who are connected to Adam Rothenberg.
I just have to say thank you very much for that celebration. It's a very big milestone for me that I am proud of. And when I look back on where I started, it just, I don't even know the right word to use. I was going to say boggles my mind that I got to this point, but I do see all of the hard work I put into it, all of the great tips I got from the Findability Queen herself, Denise Millay, and through Website Royalty and the My Sexy Business community. So all of that put together has helped me get to this exciting step in my journey.
Oh my goodness, Adam. Well, we want to say thank you for listening, because a lot of people don't listen to what Denise says or what other people say. They think, oh no, it's too hard, I can't do that. And you dove in and you asked questions and you continued on. And I want to point out, this has been in the last couple of years as well. It's been less than 2 years since you started that adventure. And now look at over 1 million visitors. I feel like there needs to be just like a calming thing of over 1 million visitors.
Yes. And that's since I moved website platforms. I was on a different service. And then in February of 2023, I moved to my new service. So it's from February 2023 to today actually technically till July 22nd was when we found out that number. So from February 2023 to July 22nd, 2024 is when I found out that I hit 1 million visitors, that I've had 1 million visitors.
I am adding that because I think people can't comprehend. No, I'm serious. I think they need to see a visual of that. That is a lot of people, Adam. And I don't want to just blaze over the top of this, because I don't know any business owners, that don't want to have over 1 million visitors. I don't know anyone who sits around and says, I'm going to make this website and I don't want anybody to come. That doesn't happen. So you are an inspiration. You're a motivator for a lot of people around you. And if you're watching GME today, let Adam be your inspiration. Because Adam Rothenberg, you are the interview king and apparently the entertainment platform king as well. So.
Well, thank you, Kim. And somebody else in our community that I definitely think we should listen to is the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado, and we're going to go into her segment on Military Minute.
What happens to that confidence when you come out and you transition and maybe things aren't going the way you want them to in a job?
That's a great question. And like I told you before, I walked out thinking I had this in the bag. And the problem is that organizations outside of the military, when we're trying to get a job, don't recognize our military service. We have those soft skills that you can't teach. And such as when you are working with someone, say me and Kim are working together and we don't like each other. And I'm not sure why that would ever come about, but I don't think it ever will. In the military, they're like, they say, look, work, do the job, get the job done. And so we think, okay, that's the way it is on the outside. No, it's not. Or we're told we're overqualified, or maybe we don't, we're perfect for a job and we don't get a call back. People not recognizing our services, specifically for women. We're not seen as veterans. And so people ask us all the time, well, you don't look like a veteran. When you are the service member and your husband is the spouse, for them to make the assumption that you're not the military member, it's hurtful. And then it starts to chip away at your confidence. So even if you came across something that's a perfect fit for you as an entrepreneur, now you're thinking, well, maybe I can't do this. Maybe this isn't right for me. Maybe I can't do this transition thing. And you start to fall down that rabbit hole until another veteran pulls you up and out of the rabbit hole and says, you can do this.
What a powerhouse is all I'm going to say about that, Adam. I am telling you, and I'll go a step farther. Same podcast, Sisters in Service podcast, sponsors the Military Minute. But Adam, I don't know about you, but Kat inspires me daily with the power and confidence that she walks in. She might have some bumps along the way with that confidence, but she is truly an icon of confidence.
She really is. I have to say that I have seen her grow so much in the community. I remember when she would sometimes come to Groundwork Brigade or one of our other get-togethers, she would be working on something. She would say, I'm not sure how to do this. And then a week later, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, she comes back and someone else has the same question. And there's Kat. You just go like this. You do this, and boom, boom, boom. It amazes me at how quickly Kat catches on, and then how quickly she is in turn able to help somebody else.
Kat is one of those, we'll call her a unicorn. Can we call her a unicorn? Because she is such an amazing human about helping other people. If she doesn't know something, she applies herself, she implements it, she does the things, and it's just a wow factor for me to watch her grow and to, like you said, teach other people stuff. So thank you, Kat, for being an amazing retired Air Force veteran. Make sure I get all this right. And our military representation for GME. There you go. So.
Perfectly said, Kim. Somebody else who is a powerhouse in helping people is our next roving reporter, Donna Bender, with her segment on surprise and delight marketing.
Donna Bender is a master givologist, branding product strategist, corporate marketing trainer, published author, host of The Big Show and Tell, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's surprise and delight marketing segment is on showing your appreciation to your clients on another wacky holiday, National Chocolate Chip Day. I stand before you not just as a certified givologist, but as an embodiment of everyone's beloved treat, the chocolate chip cookie. So, in the world of marketing, like in baking, the right mix can create unforgettable experiences. So I'm excited to present ideas that go beyond the cookie jar to connect with your clients and your employees and your audiences in memorable ways. Well, one, you could do a beautiful chocolate chip cookie recipe journal. This could be customized with full color images of all the various recipes your company contributes to. You could add business strategies, tips, and anecdotes. It's a great way to celebrate the holiday. Number two, this is also engaging for your employees and your clients. You can have an interactive chocolate chip design workshop where participants can decorate chocolate chip cookies in a perfect recipe for creating, sharing knowledge, and building a stronger community around your brand. Let's make this day as memorable and sweet as the very cookies we're honoring. Happy National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, everyone. May your day be filled with joy, laughter, and of course, lots of delicious chocolate chips. Now back to you at the GME studios.
Want to know where our cookies are, Adam? We need some chocolate chip cookies now, right?
We sure do. I actually should have waited to eat my chocolate chip cookie that I just had on Sunday. I should have waited till National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, but I did indulge in a delicious chocolate chip cookie. And now the next chocolate chip cookie I eat, I am definitely going to think of Donna. And I love how Donna brings up all of these great ways that you can build your relationships with your clients and stand out from the competition. I really love how she dresses up. To me, it enhances the point she is making about how you can connect further with your clients and customers. One other way that Donna does this is through her book, The Art of Giveology, Giving Your Way to Success in Business. This is another great way for you to find out those, what's a good word? Tips, tricks, and everything in between to build those relationships even further and for you to stand out from your competition.
I'll tell you, Adam, the book is full of amazing information, wisdom from Donna's lifetime. It also is full of a lot of the wacky holidays that she shares about. So she's got things in there and suggestions of how to use them to create those experiences. I don't know of anyone in business who marketing-wise doesn't want it to be recalled and remembered. And she shows you how to have that happen. So it's incredible. She just dropped, I am going to go one step farther. She just dropped on Tuesday her latest show called The Big Show and Tell on her YouTube channel. So if you have not seen it yet and you want more of the fun Donna and the fun things, but the wisdom that goes with what she's teaching about marketing, I would go check it out. It's at Donna Bender Giving. That's her YouTube channel. And I'm going to challenge you to go check it out because you never know what she's going to be doing. That's what I'm going to say. You never know.
That is very true.
So we're going to head over to our very own Linda Bonney's Conversations in Storytelling for Entrepreneurs. Linda Bonney is a master storyteller, conversationalist, creative writer, podcast host and producer, published author, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Jamie team. In the competitive world of entrepreneurship, standing out is crucial. One of the most effective ways to achieve this is through storytelling and conversations. Crafting a compelling narrative around your brand can transform your business from just another option to the obvious solution. And so I want to share a little bit about why storytelling works. It's about connection. Stories create emotional connections. When you share the journey and challenges and triumphs of your brand, you humanize your business. This connection then fosters trust and loyalty among your clients and customers. There's also the factor of memorability. A well-told story is memorable. People are more likely to remember your brand if it's associated with a compelling narrative. And then they're able to recall it to other people outside just the conversation that you're having. It also helps with clarity. Stories can simplify complex ideas. And by framing your solution within a story, you can more easily communicate the value and benefits. This clarity helps customers understand why you are the best choice. So, how are you using storytelling as the solution for your business? Back to you in the GME studio.
Love Linda. I love all the wisdom she shares, and I love her podcast. We are on a podcast theme today. Podcast called Stories with the Sunday Roast that she parlayed, that's Adam's word, y'all, parlayed into collections of stories from those interviews on the podcast. They're also called Stories with the Sunday Roast. And I think if you guys want not only entertainment, but huge value in what you're reading, there are just so many great stories in here and so much human. I'm going to say that there are so many books that just take the human out of us. And Linda has found a way to keep the human in and make it very entertaining and wonderful to read. So go check that out. I am going to say, Adam, we are calling an audible really quickly. So you are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We are so glad you're here with us today for show number 72. And today's theme is pivoting when necessary, just like we're doing live in front of you right now. We hope you understand you don't have to be perfect to create a show or to do the things you want to do as an entrepreneur adventurer. So, how's that for a lot of syllables?
That's amazing.
We want to go quickly to the sponsor of the show, and we'll be back in about 1 minute.
This show is sponsored by
Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Are you an entrepreneur who is focused on making an impact,
but you haven't figured out how to make an income doing it?
We spent years trying to figure out how to do both.
And we realized the business adventure is not a one-size-fits-all. I'm Kim White. I'm the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team.
And I'm Kerry Zarb, Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
And she's a brilliant entrepreneur, by the way.
We both understand how it feels to believe we are the only ones who can't figure things out.
So we decided to join forces so we could get in the trenches with you.
We lead a very special mastermind group so you can be confident in strategically implementing
the right things in the right order so that you too can get the best possible results.
We cover a variety of topics based on what you need,
including building a business that you own and doesn't own you.
We even address things like social media strategy and simple tech solutions.
If you would like to meet other entrepreneurs who are living proof of what is possible,
come and join us at Groundwork Brigade Mastermind Open House.
Open house is coming up Wednesday and Thursday of next week. If you are interested, please connect with us reporters so that you can get your special invitation to the open house. Adam, I think having been surrounded by all of you for a while now, my life is better for it, not only as an entrepreneur, but as a human. So I think if you want to be surrounded by all these roving reporters, all these amazing humans we talk about, come to Open House and check it out.
If you're curious about what Groundwork Brigade is and you want to get more of your questions answered, Open House is the perfect time to do that because you'll have the opportunity to ask all of the questions you want. You'll have the opportunity to meet other entrepreneurs, which are many of the roving reporters who are already part of Groundwork Brigade. You'll get to meet them there. You can ask them questions as well. So we really hope that you will come join us next Wednesday and Thursday.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So I am going to giggle and say, Adam, we are backing up in the agenda because I have called audibles and like messed all the agenda up. But we are headed over to who now, Adam?
We are going to the findability queen herself, Denise Millay, with her segment on helping entrepreneurs be found online.
Denise Millay is the findability queen, search marketing consultant, technology simplifier, host of the virtual scavenger hunts, published author, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
What is the difference between organic results and maybe some of the paid ones?
Okay, that's a great question. Search engines are in the business to make money. They've built this tool, obviously for the benefit of people, but also so they can sell advertising. So advertising is purchased based on the words people put into search, people are paying for that. So they show those links first because that's the potential revenue for the search engine. All the filler in and around anything around the ads is organic results.
I love Denise Millay so much. I love what she talks about, especially in these segments. I have to say that I have really, as we mentioned earlier, I have followed a lot of the advice that Denise has given, and I have seen so many great results, particularly not only being around her, but I have also been fortunate enough to read her book, Be Findable. If they can't find you, they can't do business with you. And for as much as I have been in Denise's universe, her book really helped give me other tidbits that I can use in making myself more findable online. So I think this is not only a great beginner step for somebody who doesn't know anything about how to make themselves more findable online, but it is also a great tool for somebody who has been online for a long time, but they're not getting the viewership they have been looking for. So I recommend picking up Denise's book and connecting with her.
I ditto what you said, Adam. We set records with our website based on what Denise told us to do as well. So it's on Amazon, simple, easy peasy. Use your Amazon Prime, go get the book and check it out. I do know she has the ebook version. If anybody's interested, they can go to denisemillay.com. I hope that I'm getting that right. I'm trying to do all this from memory. But if you want like instant, that's what, like sometimes I just want instant, you can go there as well. But definitely listen, because did I mention, Adam, that you had over 1 million visitors now? Like, did I mention that? And did I mention the fact that that was a lot to do with Denise telling you how to do that, and you've done it? So did I mention that already, Adam?
You may have mentioned it once or twice. Only once or twice. So you still have at least 20 minutes to mention it several more times.
Okay, great. That's what I need. I need more time, Adam.
Well, speaking of time, we need to move things along, and we have to go to our question of the week that was submitted by a viewer. And this week's question is, how do I know when to pivot and when to quit completely?
So this question is very important because this question actually inspired the theme of the show, and it inspired something that's coming up in Princess Speak as well. I think whenever you are an entrepreneur, sometimes it can be daily that you have this feeling of, oh, I'm just going to give up. And I think it's very common for entrepreneurs to give up. If you look at the statistics for starting a new business and how many businesses like stop, but I think it's the difference in knowing when to quit, because there are times we do need to quit something. That is true. But most of the time it is based on we need to pivot. And so when something is necessary, you've had a life event, you've had something happen in your business, you've had something happen in your being, like you have to change something that you're doing. That's, to me, knowing when to do it. Is if it's going to cause you physical or emotional harm to continue, consider quitting. If it's not, if it's something you need to learn to do something differently, or you need to, get more information about something, whatever it is, don't quit, y'all. Pivot and find out how to make it easier so that it's not that daily struggle. So that's my 2 cents worth, Adam.
I'm going to ditto exactly what you said. I feel like while there have been days that I have definitely wanted to quit, most of the time in my particular instances, it has been, I just needed to pivot because I had to learn something. And I'm glad that I didn't quit and give up, and that I've persevered.
And so are the over 1 million visitors to your website. They are glad you did not give up either, Adam. There are people waiting for y'all. I just want to speak to the viewer quickly. if you are feeling like maybe you want to quit, think about the people you are serving and helping and doing the things you're doing. Where are they going to go if it's not you? Are you giving up on you, or because it involves them? So I am going to say that consider well that pivoting.
And Kim, I believe it's time to pivot and go to our next roving reporter, which is the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado with her segment on health and wellness for entrepreneurs.
Kat Corchado is a proud military veteran, health and wellness professional, founder of Small Space Pilates, movement specialist for injury, illness, and cancer recovery, podcast host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. Hi, everybody. Today we are going to be doing a standing hamstring stretch. So as you know, as an entrepreneur, we do a lot of sitting, and all of these muscles from here up through our low back can get incredibly tight. So you can always do what's called a standing hamstring stretch. So you can always use a wall, and if you need balance. So just bring one leg up, straight up onto any kind of chair. Please make sure it's not moving, a stable chair. And you can just be here and hold on. You probably already feel the stretch, but here's what happens. We pull this hip forward. So what I want you to do is stay here and just pull the hip back. Did the stretch increase? And now you can just lean forward, just a little bit. Keep the hips in line, come back up, and let's do the other side. Same thing. Heel here, and I'm going to let go. Pull the hip back and just go here. Feel this stretch all the way up through the low back. As always, please make sure that you check with your physician and or physical therapist to make sure this is a great stretch for you. You can always do this another way, which I'll probably show next week, so stay tuned. So until then, back to you, Kim and Carrie.
It's amazing. I feel like Kat has changed my health for permanently because of what she has taught me and what she does for me every week. I am a member of her community called Small Space Pilates. It has a no perfection policy, which is very important to me, showing up to work out with everyone else. But Kat offers a complimentary week to Small Space Pilates. If you are interested, let us know. Reach out to Kat. She is amazing. Smallspacepilates.com. You can go and sign up for your complimentary week and try it out. And you might see some familiar faces around the mats if you show up. So there you go.
The other thing that Kat says that I love is she feels that everybody has a right to feel good in their body. And I think that is an amazing statement to have out there. So I just want to make sure that you, the viewer who's watching, knows that if you are looking to I've just lost my whole train of thought. If you're looking to get in control of your health, connect with Kat, and she will help you feel good in your body.
Absolutely. She's a salty sister, by the way.
She is. Which I think that means it's time to go to our next salty sister roving reporter segment, who is Yvonne Marchese with her segment on entrepreneurship later in life.
Yvonne Marchese is the president of the Age Agitators Club, creator of the Aging Playfully Play Shop, podcast host, published author, branding photographer, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm your resident age agitator, here to talk about later in life entrepreneurship. You know, as we get older, I think it becomes more important to us to look like we know what we're doing all the time. We want to be seen as experts, leaders, etc. And we forget to embrace being a beginner. And there's power in embracing being a beginner at something, because what that allows for is it allows for you to learn new things. It allows for you to have breakthroughs as a person, as a leader, as a business owner. What if you were to step into new situations without feeling like you need to have all the answers, and instead step in with a beginner mindset and see where that takes you? See what kind of new solutions you come up with in your business when you look at it like a beginner does. Something to think about. That's all for now. Back to you in the studio.
Yvonne definitely has said it so well. I love that she brings that up, to try to look at your business as if you were a beginner, because I think a lot of times we get so used to where we are in our journey, how far we've come, that we sometimes forget there are people who are just discovering us for the first time. They may not know everything that we know, and we have to remember to sort of dial it back to that first moment of when we were learning it, to help them.
I like what she said about we feel like because we get older, we should have all the answers, so we need to pretend like we do. And to me, it's like, no. Don't pretend like that. Like you said, Adam, dial it back and help other people. That's what we're here for, is to not be a showboat, but help people.
Yes. And somebody else, we have to say that one way that Yvonne does help people is through her Age Agitators Club, which is going to meet next Wednesday, August 7th at 3 p.m. Central Time. And the Age Agitators Club is for women, whether you're in midlife, about to go to midlife, curious about midlife. Connect with Yvonne, because she does give a free month so you can try out the club and see if it's for you. But I know once you get into Yvonne's world, you are going to definitely want to stay.
And I am a proud member of the Age Agitators Club, and proud human who is connected to the president of the Age Agitators Club, Yvonne Marchese herself. So, speaking of being proud, I'm very proud of this next roving reporter in her segment on Mama Entrepreneurs.
Jill Olish is the ambassador of moms, founder and leader of the Mama Outspoken Village, published author, podcast host, executive team leader of My Sexy Business, host of the Vision Board Party, associate producer, and GME roving reporter.
Thank you, Kim and Carrie. Good morning, everyone. And I am happy to be recording with my son behind the scenes, and he may interrupt us with a few sounds, but this has been a challenging week as I practice some self-compassion. And my friend Linda and I on our podcast this week recorded an episode just about that. And I think it's very appropriate for this summer season when having my son home, just as you as a parent might be having your children home as well. And for me, I get extremely overwhelmed when there's a ton of noise happening around me while I try to record segments like this. But also I try to remember that we need to give ourselves a little bit of grace and just have that compassion that we can walk away from this and laugh about it afterwards. And I know sharing real life things with you on screen are going to be just as welcoming by you as it is by my team when they go to produce this segment. So remember, it can be a little messy having your kids home and around us as we're working from home, but can also be extremely beautiful as they learn to see what a great example they have in their lives for someone who's working to making their family better. Back to you in the studio.
I love this segment, and I am so proud of her for so many reasons. This is just one of many of those reasons. Jill's got a book out that we want to share with you all as well because, she has gone the extra mile and literally shared very vulnerably her story of motherhood and her story of entrepreneurship, even in the background of this, because she was like during the pandemic, I'll just go there. During the pandemic, she actually birthed a child and a business. And I think that this is an important thing for other mamas who are thinking there's no way they can figure it out. Jill is such an inspiration, even with having a little trying to get on screen with her while she's recording. To me, that was proof, living proof of not only that it's possible, but that you don't have to be stressed out about it.
Agreed.
So go get Jill's book, Mama Outspoken.
And I think now it's time to go into our next segment, which is Kim's segment on Princess Speak.
So Princess Speak is the simple business language for entrepreneurs that our community has been speaking for a very long time. And I'm giggling because it's hard to put a crown on or a tiara on in 7 seconds. I'm just going to say, but I need my other tiara princesses to come up here with me as well. I don't mind the crooked because you know what? It's still real life. We are here to make things easier to understand. And I hope you all enjoy today's Princess Speak vocab phrase. And it's rotate like a baller. So here's the thing about this that's kind of humorous. I had boys that played sports. This is where I learned things. I didn't play myself when I was young, so I didn't have a clue. My boys would come home from basketball practice, and they would talk about they would get in trouble because they would step when they had the ball, and then they had to give it back or they had to give it away. So I'm just laughing because you can stand in one place and you can pivot when necessary around in a circle as long as you don't take that 1 foot off the floor in basketball. And anybody who's a real basketball fan, don't be judging. I know I'm doing the kindergarten version, but that's me. But how important is it when we're in business to literally rotate like a baller, keep our foundation in place, and maybe pivot some of the things we're doing, change a little bit of the direction, but not leave the game. So I think rotating like a baller is perfect for today. And speaking of a baller, I'm going to go to the icon sports girl herself, Kat Corchado, to give her commentary on how would you say rotating like a baller is important for an entrepreneur?
Well, I giggle at the phrase, but it actually makes a whole lot of sense. So having played basketball, you have an intention of something you want to do with the ball, but sometimes whatever that intention was, it doesn't show up. You intend to shoot, someone's in your face, so you have to pass. Or maybe there's a play and it collapses and you have to just do what you will with the ball. And so I think it's perfect for business because we have to pivot all the time. We have to change our plans, not so drastically, but just enough where we can keep our business moving forward. Just like in a basketball game, the goal is to go, score points. So you're trying to score whichever way that is, whatever your role is in that game, just like in the game of entrepreneurship. Sometimes you got to pull back and you're not the main player. And sometimes you are the main players, and specifically in entrepreneurship, because sometimes you got to pull back and just chill. And other times, you're in the driver's seat. So thank you, Kim.
Spoken like a true baller, y'all, in case you didn't notice. All right, Denise and Adam, you've got any baller advice about this topic?
I'm just going to say, Kim, I am not the sports enthusiast. The Olympics on TV is as far as I go. So I will tell you that I'm thinking of many different metaphors that add to this and expand on it. It's like you're cooking something. You're not going to throw the whole thing away because the taste isn't quite what you think it is, right? You're going to add a little bit of this, or you're going to change it up. You know, your tomatoes came in, they weren't ripe enough, or you adapt on the ground as you're doing it. It's the same thing in business. If you encounter things and they may not be what you thought they were going to be, and it may not have happened. It might not be the right time. It doesn't mean you throw it all away. It means you just find a new direction and another approach. So that's me.
Love it, Denise. Thank you, Madam Queen of Findability. Adam, what say you about, we know you're a baller. Did everybody know that Adam's website, his entertainment platform, has over 1 million visitors so far? Did we mention that, Adam?
You've only mentioned it now 3 or 4 times. In the last 4 minutes, let's see how many more times you can mention it.
To me, that's baller status. I'm just saying.
What I will say to that is that I have had to pivot a lot of times over these past 15 years to keep my engagement and to keep people interested in what I'm doing. And whether that is starting my podcast, adding a video component to my interviews. Now that I have multiple ways for people to see my interviews, I feel like I have rotated like a baller. And I think it's great that there are options for everybody, no matter what business you have. There are ways that you can have your customers and clients consume your information in a variety of ways.
I love it. And we do have a little something for the baller himself, Adam Rothenberg. We're so excited for you, Adam. We can't help but celebrate more and more and more today. So thank you for doing the numbers, because I know it took me a minute to convince you.
Thank you for pushing me. Thank you for celebrating with me. It is a milestone I am very proud of, and I'm can I just tell everybody I was tasked with this show not using the word "and," not using any filler words, and having to smile the whole time. I failed within 2 minutes of the show. I used the word "and," and then I just went the rest of the show using it. And I know I used some filler words. This was the hardest challenge I have had. I hope to do better next time.
Adam, if you weren't capable, there's no way we would even ask that of you. So I'm very proud of you for accepting the challenge and for being here representing well everyone. Seriously. So if you're listening, we want you to know this show is for you to be inspired and motivated, encouraged on this entrepreneur adventure, which sometimes it's necessary to pivot. But we really do want you to pivot and rotate like a real baller, like someone who is a real business owner, someone who is impacting lives, because Sweet Watcher, you are impacting others around you, whether it be your clients, your team, others watching you, but don't stop doing that. So love y'all.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central.
This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.